Oh shoot. Okay, we almost lost buddy here. Hello and welcome to the Kimchi Cast for the LLA 2024 Spring Playoffs. And today we are heading to the lower bracket. This week we are actually going to be heading to the lower bracket. So next week we'll see who is going to be the first team to stake their claim in the finals. But for the next 2 days and 3 of the next 4, obviously, we will be here in the lower bracket determining who can make the run, the miracle run, all the way to the finals to take on either Astral or Rainbow 7. And it all starts with All Night 6 Karma, the 5 and the 6 seeds going head to head here to kick off the lower bracket. Round 1, 4 rounds? Jeez, it's a lot of rounds. 4 freaking rounds, so we don't have semis for a while. 6 Karma coming off of a weirdly impressive week 6 to say, or week 7, as I fight my mic to try and make it not impossible. A really weird week 7, taking it down the number 1 Astral Esports 2-1, and then the very next day, almost handing Isurus their first loss to a bottom 4 team in the region, and it just did not come to fruition. All Nights, on the other hand, 4-0, face the same exact team, 6 Karma, 4-0 defeat overall. Not a single win to close out the season. They pretty much only beat Infinity in the second rotation. No, they beat 6 Karma. They did beat 6 Karma the last time this came around, and you can see the bans are very, very different this time around. Senna actually being banned away, as Smolder going to be locked in for Locke, as also that is a new change. Locke will be starting over Trigo here after a disappointing week 7 showing, though Locke also has 0 career wins in the LLA for that matter. But the Volibear has been rising in presence after the buffs he's received, and it will continue to climb as it will be an immediate Rumble Nautilus response for 6 Karma here. Interesting, they ban away the Senna, but take the Nautilus. What are they looking towards here? I guess. What are they possibly going to look towards is the question now. I believe this is 14-4 still. Unlike... Actually, no, that wouldn't even make sense. This should be on 14-5, like most other regions. As the Cassante going to be blinded... or not blinded, sorry. I always forget Rumbles here. Is going to be the answer into the Rumble. So it should just be a support response, unless they want to get an early jungle. Early jungle save mid for later, but it will... or... early jungle, yeah, okay. But it will be the Braum with the Smolder if we saw Braum Smolder. Oh, baby, we want to go back in time to 2 weeks ago. Both of these teams not playing for 2 weeks is going to have some impact, as Kai'Sa will be the choice for 5-Git here. But we saw the Braum almost work out for 6 Karma, almost 2-0 Astral. Jeez, words are hard sometimes. They didn't get it quite done in that game, so Braum has a very heavy losing record, though Braum in general has just been picking up the pace in priority. Up there with the Volibear pretty much just rocketing out of nowhere, just up into everybody's draft. Onto everyone's drafts, really. And it's going to be the Viego and Vibe and away. No mid laners in or on the field yet. Karma and Tristana banned away. Those are the only mid answers. Nico's still available. Talia, I believe Azir is disabled. Even if this were 14-4, Azir is disabled because of a visual bug, which I've pointed out multiple times and is not supposed to happen. It's the same reason Nico was disabled, of course, where when activating... well, in Nico's case, it was when activating Clone. In this, the Clone would not move until the ability was recasted, though the hitbox would move, of course. Just visually, it wouldn't move. Same thing with Azir. When using Shifting Sands, sometimes Azir would not move until he reached the final until his hitbox hit the final destination, which he would teleport to that location immediately without any indication of it actually changing. It's a weird bug that happened, and they're working to fix it, and because of that, Azir will be disabled So a big controller champion taking away 4 junglers, including Bel'Veth, which only Grell is playing. Like, there's 2 puns I make with that man. Grellbath and Grell. And Grell's still available. Or Rel's still available. That's really big. And this is going to be Jace mid blinded. They're saving the counter for the jungle here. Okay. Interesting strategy. Interesting strategy. I mean, not very often you see teams go for jungle counters. Usually you want the jungle blinds. Usually it's really important to get your jungler early in the draft. So this is an interesting change of pace. And I guess leaving the Rumble up did kind of throw out this draft because All Knights knew they could just take their top lane first rotation, which really threw a gear, just threw a wrench into the gears of everything. As this is going to be an Ahri into the Jace now. And Ahri, another champion that's slowly been picking up the pace. Definitely just, God, the bumps definitely help with that, though. But climbing on these leaderboards, or not leaderboards, draft rankings pretty much is the only thing Ahri's really been doing. And is this is Rumble Jungle, baby. Okay. And we're going to see the big brown croc for Ase here as Rumble is going in the hands of Mataz. I need to see the Rumble stats for this one. I don't even know how often Rumble's been played jungle this season. Rumble Jungle, 3 Rumble Jungles, 2 and 1. All of them in Korea. Actually, no. Sorry. 1 in Japan. Elam's in... This is a different Elam, isn't it? Is this a different Elam? No way. It can't be. This has to be the same one. It is the same Elam. That's why I saw it. I was like, hold on. Elam's in LJL? Yep. Elam's on Sandbox. It's been played in 3 different regions. LJL, LCK, and PCS. Junjia's in... No, Junjia's from PCS. I'm dumb. I'm just dumb and stupid. No, he's from... I was like, he's from China, no? Anyways, all of this is irrelevant, and I'm just kind of distracted. But it is interesting to see Rumble Jungle. Again, 2 and 1 on this, but we've only seen it played in Asia, actually played in 3 out of the 4 Asian regions, or Asian leagues, I guess would be the correct way to put that. But both of these teams in do or die situations, the first two series we kicked the playoffs with did not have any elimination implications, but now for the next, I mean, pretty much for everything besides the upper bracket finals, elimination is the punishment for losing a best of 5. Both of these teams, very different trajectories coming into this game, and we'll see if history will repeat itself again. 6 Karma got the short end of the stick both times against All Knights. 0 and 4 against this team, but they are coming in maybe their best form they've had all season, coming off of a 6-game week 7 where they went 1 and 1 against 2 of the best teams in the region, and now nobody is going to have Mataz Petrova. Mataz has started, I believe, I mean, could start anything. It's Rumble Jungle. You could start any of them. Interestingly, going to be First Strike Rumble in the jungle. I really don't know what else you would go, so fair enough, but intriguing to say the least. Lethal Tempo Xin Zhao. I have not seen that one before. That one is new. And I will check out the Common Keystone. It's taking about 30% of the time. 31 2/10 if you want to be hyper specific about the people who take, I believe that was Domination secondaries, but this is the more common build. But Lethal Tempo, really, usually I mean, I just assume he just goes Conqueror or Electrocute half the time, but I don't really care about Xin Zhao outside of obviously other people play him perspective, but that is completely meaningless. Though it is also, they did change the font. It's been throwing me off. I believe it's the Korean font. Could also be wrong about that. I just am not used to it. As Rebel going to get stunned but it's still going to be locked. getting the short end of the trade, taking the most damage out of that. Say and nobody are just throwing their health bars and their mana into each other. And the push is in favor of the wave state is in favor of nobody. It's held on his half of the lane. He has more minions. He has more casters, more importantly. And Seiya can't really go forwards. Has to spend a lot of mana to farm here without risking a combo coming in from nobody. So gonna have to just let this wave push into him. And priority number 1 should be getting rid of that cannon. But that means absolutely nothing because it's going to happen. It's not very difficult in this phase. Ari doesn't do a lot and he dropped cannon. He missed the shock blast by a little bit. So he's going to be under his turret. He missed cannon. Everything is going terribly. Now, where's the first point of aggression going to be? Because Kronk wants to get aggressive early. Nautilus can pretty much always afford to get aggressive. Braum is kind of the thing that allows a lot of ADCs to get more aggressive than they normally can. And that is even more true for Smolder, who just doesn't ever really get aggressive in lane. Unless you're in a very favorable matchup. It usually is a sit back and farm situation. This is also broken Smolder. Smolder that's technically stronger now with 3 men coming in. The charm going to connect, but it's not going to be enough. Nobody forced to flash, but he's on the wrong side of the rift. There goes Grell, and it will be a 1-for-1. First blood actually going over to nobody. First is just having more damage, but now it's Grell versus Mataz and Rebel. The teleport coming in. Mataz low. The hook will connect, and the shockwaves go down, and it will be Rebel picking up a 2-for-1 in this fight, in this chaotic mess of a first fight this game. And just right when I said who's going to be the ones to get aggressive, Rebel wants to get aggressive as the Nautilus and makes sure that he gets to. Great flash hook, but the charm is enough. Zin, ooh, the W, the Foxfires focusing on to Foxfires focusing on to Seiya there is the downfall of that fight, really, for 6 Karma. Or is the downfall of losing First Blood, the downfall of losing that money that they could have got, instead going onto the Nautilus and onto nobody. Wow, that missed the 1 minion it didn't want to hit, and hit all the ones it did. That must feel real nice for once. Couldn't be me. Now Grell going to get these grubs, should be able to get at least 2 here, unless the response from 6 Karma is that strong. They know that 6 Karma is coming in hot and heavy here, as nobody has no flash available, but the stuns will come through from Braum passive, but actually no stuns go down. But now Grell has rotated down, and he's locked down Mataz. Good tank there by Rebel on the charm, forcing the flash out of Gastrix, and everybody's gonna be able to disengage, but Grell wants to go back in using the 3-point strike, using the lethal tempo, when the wind becomes a lightning, and it strikes Rebel down. And it's going to be another kill on the side of All Knights. And now Mataz, or not Mataz. I mean, yeah, now Mataz is trailing, but Grell in a very favorable position here. And Ase's coming down has shoved in Hidan all the way. And so we'll only have enough pressure to get 1 more grub. We'll be able to force Grell back into farming his own camps. And a 2 grub lead doesn't really matter. It does prevent 6 Karma from potentially getting the Void Mites on their side, but that's really it. And now, because 6 Karma actually gets spotted out here, All Knights know to start dropping back already, and Grell knows that he has to rotate down here off of the grubs. This is a great tank here from Rebel for Mataz. But they keep getting the Braum passive onto them, and Grell getting the reset on Audacious Charge. Doesn't have a reset, but getting the Audacious Charge vision allows him to continue getting aggressive, and right off of the Dragon Rebel, Hex flashes over the wall into the hook. Mataz is here to help. PSX flash want. Anyways, with Mataz and Rebel Hex flashing over the wall, with Gastrix, Locke just forced to disengage there. I don't believe any summoners burnt. They did use heal from Locke, but that is about it. Otherwise, nothing crazy coming out there. Good angle, but just not really a lockdown onto the correct target. They needed to lock down Smolder. They got Gastrix instead. And with Gastrix being Braum, was able to just jump over the wall to his Smolder, to safety, and nothing was really nothing of value was really lost. Again, they burned a singular heal. And I don't think that's that big of a trade. It's a good trade, yes, but not a huge one. Is the vision on red buff? Oof. Taz ever goes forever. There's the equalizer coming down. Gastrix is being locked down right now. He has a lot of damage going in. There's the hook connecting. Mom comes in, but Mom can't save the Braum anymore. And 5Kid will pick up his first kill of the playoffs. As Locke is all alone here. No ulti, barely any mana. No support either on his side right now. But here comes Grell. If 6 Karma overstay here, this could be a healthy paycheck over to the jungler, even to Locke right now. But Locke is getting so many stacks, but there's the killer instinct over the wall. But it's going to just be 5Kid getting baited into his death. Why'd I say it like that? But there's nobody rotating down the river. Lands the charm, and it's going to be a double kill for Grell. And now this Xin Zhao is accelerated. Now things are becoming an issue, but Matan's going to use this advantage. This knowledge, holy piss, that is an 8.5 minute Sundered Sky for Grell, but Matan's going to use this to get the last Void Grub, and we will be seeing a second set this game. Nobody pushing forwards. The Q going to land onto Seiya from Gastrix, but not going to be enough to slow. The charm already thrown out. There's no chance nobody follows up with a bunch of autos there, so doesn't work out in the end. Rebel thinking he can get aggressive, but there's no vision in the river for 6 Karma. So Grell just able to walk down. Locke able to flap over the wall. Grell picks up a second kill here. And then nobody using that same exact lack of vision to walk down river from mid and hand a double kill over to his jungler. So now it's a bad position. Now is a bad time to be 6 Karma. Mataz can't really fight Hadan. There's no real need to. Grell is really scary. They maybe can get something with the 3-man, but Grell gonna instantly jump over the wall and take out half of Mataz's health. Grell locked down by the Fury. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know what the stun is calling from Ase, but the stun will go through, and it will be Seiya picking up the shutdown there, and that's not a bad way to handle that, and that's opportunity finished. That is a finished opportunity for Seiya now, so a lot of damage coming out from the Shock Blast, because pretty much the cooldown will force you to disengage. My god, I keep doing that. Basically, the cooldown will force you to do that already, so not a very good rush by. And Matanz gets chunked for half his health, and Grell thinks maybe he could trade it, but Hadan's not even there. Oh, a bit of BM from I'll say there, as you can see, chirping over at All Night's End. Careful what you do, though, in game. We've seen plenty of chirps in League of Legends and esports history, and even just sports history, backfire plenty of times, and Hadan has finished the Thornmail. And Eclipse for Asa, I don't even know current Renekton builds. That's an Eclipse for 5Kid. It's not even lethality anymore, but you just throw down autos so fast, as you're almost guaranteed to proc Eclipse as any champion, pretty much. And since we were, just a lot of first items coming in. We're 10 minutes in. Most champions have farmed up enough for their first item. Some more than others, like Grell, Mataz, and Seiya have been thoroughly, just Grell has been thoroughly accelerated. Mataz has 4 takedowns already, actually, so he's been a lot. As 6 Karma is setting up a Death Brush, they have full control of the river here. They're pushing forwards. They need to be very careful here because, actually, they don't need to. Gastrix doesn't have ulti yet. They only need to fear Locke, and Locke is down in bot lane, and Locke is getting jumped on by the killer instinct, and is just gonna flap over a wall to safety, but look how much damage that Kai'Sa output already as the hook lands onto Grell from Rebel, and now Gastrix, the Q not going to connect, so now 6 Karma have all the engage. There's the equalizer going down, there's the accelerated shock blast. They need Grell to land something that's gonna force the flash out, but the depth charge will connect. So much damage from the Ahri going through. Can nobody turn this fight? It's gonna force the flash out of Rebel. It's gonna be one for nobody. Now nobody lands the charm. Seiya will be able to trade back 1, and now Seiya is going, or 5Kid going to be able to turn the tables here. A nice accelerated shock blast from Seiya to pick up 2. Ase's here to party now, and he's just gonna back Hadan and Gastrix and Locke up. And 6 Karma cleanly take a 2 for 1 there. They will take that any day of the week. It's going to be a plating over to Ase. They don't get the dragon off the back of it, but it's quite a bit, and it looked like a bad engage from Rebel possibly. An overzealous engage from Rebel. You can see the mid laners just fighting to clear out the wave there. Gastrix doesn't land that Q though, and Mataz and Rebel are left at full health. So now 6 Karma know it's their chance to turn the fight. Good flash flash dodge away from the front flip there, but now the fight just continues immediately. The sneeze will find 4, but Gastrix is so low, but he's gonna be able to survive with his liver of health. And now Mataz will fall to Grell, goes all out. Hidan shuts down Seiya, and 6 Karma in the rematch don't even stand a chance. It will be second Drake over 2 All Knights, and a bloody game is the result. And that was, I mean, it went to Hidan at least. A big chunk of gold going over to K'Sante isn't the end of the world. But it's not nice still. You give over a lot of money. Jace really wants to be accelerated. They don't find a single thing in that. And it all starts with Rebel getting caught out. And on the Hex Flash, Gens followed, has the mark on him, so the Audacious Charge does just follow him over the wall. A good front flip there, but they try to burst down Gastrix because that's where all the Acathian Rain is focused, but there's just not enough. A nice wind becomes a lightning there to snipe the kill, and Hidan has more than enough damage to finish off a 0 health Seiya. But still, 6 Karma ahead about 700-800 gold, which isn't that much. It's a single chain vest or just under a Negatron cloak, I think. Negatron is the blue one. Null Magic is the black background. Sure. I've been arguing this in my head for every single stream, actually, and still can't figure it out. How the hell does Mataz not have first item? I know it's expensive, but Sundered Sky is finished because he has 4, or he had 3 kills, but still, it shouldn't be this bad. He's ahead in CS. He should have his item finished. Whatever. Mataz and Seiya finishing off, or not even finishing off, just burning down this Rift Herald up here. Should be pretty clean. Grell is coming back from base. They have the smite available. There's not even a chance. Grell makes it back from anywhere in time. Will spot them out, but they already know who's there. And should be, yeah, it will be Mataz picking up the Rift Herald Eye, but 5Kid does get credit for the kill. What are the Smolder stacks at? Usually, I watch LEC, and LEC always has the counter on where the rune is, so you don't see the keystone, but you don't really need to see the keystone a ton. Instead, the stack counter is really nice to have. But it is what it is. We'll pan over there every once in a while, and you'll know when certain stack thresholds are hit. I think we know it's 50 already. Locke has 141 CS. I think he has 50 stacks. And also we've seen him use the explosive like that. Next upgrade is the Infernum effect. Yeah, the Infernum auto effect is the next one, as Hidan will buffer the hook perfectly, and it will get him away to safety, but they will give up first turret forward. Ase, 1 auto away from being stunned, has to flash away, and All Knights have full control of the bot lane now and should be able to pick up this turret with nobody. The wave coming in. There's no wave coming through for 6 Karma. They already burned it down. There's no wave in mid right now, but they will just summon the Rift Herald in mid, and they will take this tier 1. They are not taking no for an answer on this turret right now. Locke trying to do everything he can to cover this, but it's not even going to matter. And it's going to be 2 turrets for 1 in this trade in exchange for a kill on top, or a flash out of Ase. So it's still 6 Karma winning. Nice snipe there from 5Kid to just interrupt Gastrix recall. It does nothing else but that. We're looking for second items. Another Tunneler. Tunneler, everyone's favorite item. My favorite item. I love Tunneler. It's dumb, but I love it. I don't even think it's that interesting of an item. It literally is just a component. It does nothing special at all. It is 15 AD, 250 health. It is just a component. I just like it. I just think it's cool. Finally. It's been a little bit, but finally we'll see the Leandries come through. It's been like a 3 minutes since that comment of not having first item finished. Jeez, is it such a long first item still. Even with not that many kills, Gastrix are way too close to the camera. but it is a really long time to finish a Leandries with no other components being built is concerning. Don's running away from Seiya right now, doesn't really have anything to fight him besides some Thornmail damage, and of course his built-in kit damage, which is pretty decent. But Rebel, they know someone with wards is here, and they know it's Rebel because of the fact that no one else is anywhere. So Matan's going to rotate down to finish off this bot tier 1. Meanwhile, top tier 1 has fallen, mid tier 1 being contested by Nobody and... Not Nobody and Growl, that is Locke and Gastrix. I just remember there was a duo there. But they cover mid successfully. They have push in bot lane. This means a second Drake over 2/6 Karma. It is a Chemtech soul, so a really whatever soul. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's a good one. I mean, soul is soul. It's always better to have it than to not have it, but it's nothing. It's not your old Hextech, or I guess current Hextech. Hextech is still good. It's not a Mountain Drake. It's not an Infernal Drake. It's a good Drake. It's an okay dragon. His total damage is Seiya. Yeah, he's been hitting people with accelerated shock blasts. Makes sense. As the second item, it's actually finished, I believe, first by Locke. Somehow, Locke 04, 193 CS. Finished Spear Shoja before anyone else finished the second item here, and it is Edge of Night, so Seiya is getting a defensive tool, really. It has some lethality, has some damage. Oh, and Ase's dead. Actually, there's the all-out to cancel any attempt of an escape, and it will be Hidan picking up his second kill of the series, of the game, I guess. I can't say of the series. The series just started, but Ase trapped there. Hidan playing really well in the bush, knowing exactly where Ase was going to try and run to escape that play, and just pushing him back with the Pathmaker. Drags him over the wall to further cancel his escape. They know they don't have flash on him. They took his flash. They took that from him in bot lane already. And Death Brush. Anyone who walks through is dead. Ase escapes. Hidan isn't spotted out, but doesn't really matter. There's no escaping this from Ase. Great all out there. Again, to shove him further into All Knights' damage. Or All Knights' territory. And eventually fully taken down. Our 6 Karma going to try and rush this Baron. It's not even a sneak. This is just a rush. I think they know. They're calling for the turret. Ase's just pushing top. They're calling for lanes. They're calling for bush. And they have locked down Grell, and Seiya will pick up the kill there. And that is the punish that 6 Karma had prepared. Ase is teleporting in. They're actually Baroning. They are legit Baroning. 6 Karma or All Knights are aware of this, and they need to find an answer. They're 4v5. They can't steal this with a smite. Rebel has no real CC right now besides the hook. The bomb comes in. It hits absolutely no one. They're going to charm up Rebel. And that's the Glacial Fissure going down. It's going to not do anything. Baron secured. 5-Kid is so low, and he has nowhere to run. Not going to flash the wall with the Q and secure a kill onto his lane opponent. Rebel going real low, but Nobody just doesn't have any more spells. Throws out an auto, and it hits the shield, and that is all he needed to know that he was safe and hooks to safety. It's going to be a Baron, 4/6 Karma. A 4-man Baron as 5-Kid is the sacrificial lamb in that play. Handing over the first kill over to the Smolder, actually. And this first Baron, the All Knights think something is up. They just saw all of 6 Karma disappear from mid lane, and Mataz, or not Mataz, and Gorel is the guinea pig in that play. And that will ensure there is no real Baron steal potential. Is that Steric's gauge out? We don't really see Steric's second all the time. It really depends. I mean, there was not really a fight from 6 Karma. They were just running. 2,500 damage, pretty much just throwing in the mom and hoping for the best is not bad. Jock shows now. Hidan's going to be really strong. Rebel is face checking here, and now sandwiched between two different camps. Mom comes down, not going to do much, but Mataz has fallen. It's already a killing spree for, or not already, but it is a killing spree for the Hidan. Flash forced out of Seiya now, and All Knights do not care that they secured the Baron. They are just going to run them down with their better positioning. Hidan barely taking any damage from that accelerated shock blast. Did it even hit him? Doesn't feel like it. And now 3 members of All Knights pushing down this mid-tier 2. They can get some of it. They're not going to get all of it here. 6 Karma still a bit too strong as a unit, as Grell has solo pushed this bottom tier 2 and will get it. The minions should be able to get this. If not, the damage over time should be able to get it. It hasn't fallen. Are you kidding me? This thing is 2 health. How the heck did it survive 2 health? Good job, turret. Congratulations, you're alive. Seiya waited for the wave to be cleared to stay off vision. Is still on vision. I like that part. And now 6 Karma just looking to stack the soul. That's kind of their con right now. They need to stack this soul because they don't have any. They are not in a position to fight right now. They are not in a position where they can out damage All Knights at all. Like, Renekton's going to do some damage, but it's not going to be a ton. Rumble's going to do a lot of damage, as that's Grell flashing in, and that is a nice mom combo with the Crescent Guard, and that is an execute coming in from Locke already. 5v4 now, and it is time to see if the Dragon Child gets another absolutely bonkers penta. Will not happen. Nobody, just 1 rotations. Mataz there, and it is 5v3 now. Not even an answer from 6 Karma, and it will be a free Drake over to the All Knights, and we'll even out this Drake counting. So Drake stacking is just completely off the table. We're not even gonna likely see a completed Drake soul. What the heck is with that Poro? It was a weird ghost color. I don't like it. Still kind of slow. Jesus, a slow Drake take, but doesn't really matter. There's no chance in hell 6 Karma are going to contest this, and there's just Poke coming down. And where does Grell get this engage point? Flash ease on to, I believe that was Rebel, and just make sure that he gets everybody with that Crescent Guard. Again, whoever he dashed to was going to stay in the circle with him. Otherwise, they were getting knocked out, and that was all he needed, was to knock back someone into his team to secure a kill. And now with 3 items on nobody. That is a Crypt Bloom finish. That is going to be pretty nice to have for team fights. The first pick of every team, the first kill or takedown of every team fight will just heal the All Knights a little bit. That's always a good sign. It's only a few hundred health, but it adds up when it's everybody in a team fight. A few hundred health is quite a bit as well, even when it's a percentage of some people's health bars, of most players' health bars, I guess, a small percentage of it. It's not bad, though. Now the All Knights about, I mean, it's still 700 gold. Jeez, these 2 teams can't get a lead if they wanted to right now. My goodness. But now just trying to gang up, take this mid. Bot, or the top tier 2 under siege right now. The bot tier 2 already taken by nobody. It was 2 health. He just walked up and autoed it. 2 freaking health. Hidan teleports top lane to prevent Seiya from even threatening that tier 2. And now, I mean, it's again, All Knights in control pretty much. They have control of the waves. They have the microscopic financial advantage that's just now reaching 2,000 gold. Just now. They do have rapid fire cannon on Smolder. I know that. Recall. I know that back. That's the I have my item back. Finish whatever wave you're on, instantly recall, rapid fire cannon, baby. And that is an accelerated champion. Most CS in the game, 2-0-7. That's a lot of money, and this Renekton's providing no value, man. That's saddening. 3 items only matched by the Kaisa, pretty much. And now matched by Seiya. So there are a few people who are matching the overall items, but the overall value of those items, I think it's nobody who's getting the best bang for his buck, but Smolder is up there. Locke is really up there for most value out of these items, as you can see up there. Finally spotted out, but All Knight starting this Baron, they don't have a ton of actual DPS as Locke's health bar gets cut in half, as Ase's only down in bot lane right now. He's just taking this tier 2, trying to put some pressure. And most of the turret's already gone, teleporting in. He's pretty average on Fury. The Glacial Fissure goes down. No one really affected. Mom finds no one. It will be the Baron, at least for now, for all night. 6 Karma Rebel is the sacrificial lamb, and it will be an easy 1-for-0. Rebel did not disengage with the team. There was not much of an option to disengage with the team. And now Locke on a killing spree. Locke is very strong. He really didn't need 300 more gold, but that doesn't hurt in the slightest for the All Knights. And now onto the inhibitor turret. Oof. In mid lane. And should get a free inhib with this as well. I'll say eventually we'll have that turret fall in bot lane. And that only puts a microscopic amount of pressure, though, onto All Knights. They just took all of mid lane, just claimed it as theirs. They took the Baron on top of it. Their pushing is going to be insane. Rebel, oh, no. Oh, that hurts to look at now. I realized the mistake. As Mataz gets chunked, that is the danger of Ahri at this phase of the game. Mataz goes to clear a camp, gets some healing from it. That's not a bad clear, but Mom comes down, does a lot of damage, throws down the equalizer, hoping to find anybody, and look at how much healing they get from the Crypt Bloom. It's a lot. It's a good amount. So 6 Karma on the back foot, and they're getting shown what an actual Baron power play looks like, how to use it properly and not instantly start losing value as there's just no threat. What? He was just unstoppable. How the heck did you knock him out of that? Doesn't seem right, but Hadan actually getting chunked decently, about 1,000 health gone off his health bar, but he's really not in any real danger. He's not in any serious danger, but now maybe Mataz can put that threat onto him as Hadan loses another 1,000. There's no chance he escapes. That's right. Equalizer goes down. There's the Killer Instinct. The cleanse is not in time. The all-out comes through. The depth charge. Hadan has so much health, but 5 Kid will finally find the shutdown. But meanwhile, all of this doesn't really matter. All Knights are taking down the base right now in a 4v2. Ase trying to find anything. Will land the stun onto Locke, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And Mal comes down. It's a double kill already for the Dragon Child. The charm lands triple, running into the fountain. They might go for it, but it doesn't really matter if they do or they don't. It is already a guaranteed game 1 win for the All Knights. Gastrix is landing everything, but there's a kill coming through. Rebel will fall. It's a quadra kill that will end it. And Locke goes godlike as he wins his first LLA game, and it comes in the playoffs as All Knights take the 1-0 lead in this series. And they are making it look like last week or 2 weeks ago now didn't even matter. You can take down the best team in the region. We do not care. We are just going to beat you. Your form does not matter in the slightest to us, they said. And for 6 Karma, that's a rough one. I feel like they didn't really have any chance to win that game, to be honest. I don't think the Kite... I think they need to get rid of the Smolder. You just can't hand over Smolder in this meta. It is not really fair to even try to let Smolder through. He is just such a menace on this patch. He is guaranteed scaling, pretty much, in any pro game. Because even if you don't get kills, you have damage. I mean, All Knights, or 6 Karma, know this. They won the only reason they beat Estral is because they got 2 games of Smolder, pretty much. There's no other way to put it. I think they played a very good series, but they don't win that set if they don't get Smolder both games, because they didn't have a guaranteed win button to just go in and kill people. I mean, the All Knights know this. They almost came... I don't even remember what game it was. A little bit ago. It was nobody playing it. But they know from experience that you can just pick Smolder and almost win games. They almost came back from a completely lost situation. The Smolder was like 0-0-2 and instantly got a triple kill. Smolder is really strong. You can't be handing over that champion unless you really have a plan to counter it in the mid to late game, because that is when Smolder is going to ruin it. I mean, just late game. Screw the mid game. Smolder doesn't have a mid game. Smolder's mid game is sitting mid and farming. But late game, which is like 25 minutes, really, it doesn't take that long to stack. Even 25 is being generous. You can stack in like 21 usually. And it's just game over. Smolder really needs specific counters in the state that he is in right now. And there was not a single one that really was taken advantage of there by Six Karma. And so All Knights just kind of had that guaranteed win button. It didn't matter because they were winning regardless. They were rolling that game without a doubt. I mean, this is just one of the plays. Like, they didn't even need Locke to do much of anything because nobody in Grell were a two-man hunting unit that entire time. This was a nice pick. Again, Six Karma had some plays. This was one of them. They didn't give Grell a chance to ulti, but they burned way too much on it. They burned everything to go for this play right here. And because of that, they have no answer for the engage of All Knights. There is no possible answer for them to try and do anything right here. They burned depth charge, they burn depth charge, equalizer. I don't even think they use Killer Instinct there, but they just use too much, and then this engage is just free. Rebel's way out of position, and it is too late to even have a chance to fight anything. This is an earlier fight, actually, I believe. No, this is a later fight. And then Grell just finds the best Crescent Guard you will ever see in your life. You will never see another Crescent Guard as good as that one. To have playmaking and defensive utility. And then Mataj just gets caught out. Not even caught out, just gets picked. Rebel, this one makes my soul hurt. Ouch. That one hurts. I mean, that definitely didn't help their case. I don't think they win regardless. Regardless of this, they can't even reach the Baron. That's where all this is happening. None of them get hit by the Smolder ulti. And it doesn't matter because Rebel's instantly into 5 because he didn't want to disengage there. He thought there was a chance. Also, yeah, the Nexus stays exploded and replays half the time. It's weird. And then Hadan just buys so much time. All he has to do is sit top lane. He just sat top lane doing nothing. Meanwhile, all of All Knights were sieging the base. The remainder of All Knights were sieging the base. And Six Karma have to just come in conga line. Lost 3 members immediately. 5 Kid and Rebel can't do a damn thing here to save it. And so, it's just panic time. They try to panic to save it. It's too late. Locke is picking up a triple and going to make it a quadra at the end of that play. We just didn't get to it. And Smolder damage. It's not even that bad. Smolder barely did. This game barely had any actual fighting after a while. It was a lot early. A lot of early back and forth from Six Karma and All Knights, and then just nothing. Just these two teams stopped throwing down after a while. And anytime they did, Six Karma immediately got blasted. There was no answer from Six Karma to the All Knights. It was a free... I mean, it was just a free mid-game, pretty much, for the Dragon squad, and they did not even need to stress this game. Locke played exactly how he needed to, which was just farm, stay mid, don't do anything. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I'm being dumb. Freaking on here. I hate everything. It's just... And I think the Rumble jungle didn't work out, mostly because Ase couldn't do anything into the Cassante. Cassante just got to sit free in top lane, become the scary tank he is, and then not have to worry about anything the rest of the game. There was just nothing Six Karma really did there that made a ton of sense. Why is this getting so annoying recently? Freaking window. My freaking curtain is being annoying. Everyone on the All Knights pretty much got ahead for free and never had to worry about anything this game. And so it was really hard for Six Karma to find an answer. And I guess that's really difficult to say anything besides that. They had some angles in the early game, but eventually they dried up, and that was the end of the game. Pretty much. They dug themselves a hole. Ahri became extremely terrifying. Grell was finding really good engages. Hadan, again, just was the backup to the... It was just the backup, really, for the Grell nobody power hour. Scariest jungle mid duo, apparently. And then Smolder just became a champion and was nuking people come late game. So it was a triage of errors. Also, I don't think the Kai'Sa was the right answer here. We've seen people answer the Smolder with, I believe it was Zyre most often. It's, again, really difficult. Smolder is just really good. Like, I don't know how to put it. Smolder out for, I believe it's 2 patches, already one of the best champions on the patch, but actually strong against Aya, really. No. Yeah, Kalista, that makes sense. Just a lot of champions that put a lot of pressure on early are usually what we see played into Smolder, and you can get early pressure there, and yep, nobody. To the surprise of nobody. There you go. There's your pun for the day. There's one of your terrible puns of the day, but to the surprise of nobody, it will be nobody picking up the MVP here. Just was such a player in the early game and then became such a huge player throughout the rest of the game. Again, getting that Ahri fed early is the key thing that you need to solve if you draft her, because that's the only downside of Ahri is she is extremely weak early. She dies here. Nobody dies here, by the way. I want to mention this. Nobody dies here. Mean. But Ahri does need a lot of resources to get ahead, but they instantly got those resources. They got first blood, and they just kept the pressure up in these mid fights, because that first blood pretty much immediately was chained into the Void Grubs fight. Oh, my ear. Which then became a future issue, which created a monster in the Ahri, so that is, I mean, you got a lot of issues to look out for if you are the All Knights. Like, you need, or if you are 6 Karma, you got to make sure that nobody doesn't scale, that they don't play around. You have to keep nobody off of a champion that Grell can pair really well with, which is really difficult because the whole point of mid-jungle duos is to do that. You got to keep Hadan in a checkable lane. You need to just get rid of Smolder. I don't think the support cap was that big. I just think it was. Eventually, there was less that we could see. What the hell do you want? Nothing. Okay, thanks, phone, for... I don't even want to know. Anyways. Where was I? Yeah, it just got to a point where Gastrix was really able to just decimate Rebel in a general teamfight sense. Shields, I mean, just general utility provided by the Braum compared to the Nautilus come mid-late game was just way more valuable. So, you got a lot of things to fix if you're 6 Karma, so good luck in future games. But 1-0 lead for the All Knights entering game 2. Will they keep the pressure up and extend their win streak against specifically 6 Karma to a 6-0 or 6 straight, or will 6 Karma finally look like they did 2 weeks ago and punch back in game 2? I will see you after the break for game 2. Welcome back for game 2 of All Night 6 Karma. LLA playoffs lower bracket underway, and oh boy. Every time. Every day will be awful. Forever. Anyways. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Indeed. All Nights kind of just took 6 Karma out behind the woodshed. It's not a very pretty game or very good one. It was 30 minutes, but trust me, it definitely didn't need to take 30 minutes, and it sure as hell felt a lot longer. And both these teams played a very breakneck, fast-paced game one, and a snoozer of game, or not a fast game, a fast-paced early, and kind of slowed down as time went on. The fights definitely got way more and more lopsided, and that probably, and by probably I mean a 100% chance, had an impact on the approaches of these teams. All Nights wanting to make sure that they hit their scale point, as we see the Smolder band away, actually. It's being Smolder. Yeah, they were pretty much waiting for their Smolder hyper scale point to be the point of, or to be the core of their engage after a certain point, or in the late game. They wanted to make sure that they got that 225, that execute available before taking any serious fights. And 6 Karma were just in a disadvantaged position, so they just had to play slower. They didn't have much of an option if they wanted to, win or do anything. Let's give you the Orianna band away this time. I don't remember the bands from last game, but they definitely were not an Orianna. Ah, they banned Ashe. Callista. But they swapped out the Karma for the Smolder ban, and so it'll be Seiya on this Karma, though we could see it go over into the hands of Rebel. I don't see it happening, but it could happen. And it's just going to be an instant Varus Xin Zhao response, immediate. No doubt about it. Other baseballs metaphors here. Rebel, no games of Karma, I believe. Then I don't even think Seiya has a game of Karma. Seiya has 1 game of Karma. They won? What was this? Estradal. Oh, the Volibear top was hype. That was such a... Oh, I loved the Volibear top 2 games. That was hype as hell. It's going to be the Senna Karma actually coming out, or could be Senna Karma coming out, but it will not be. It will be Senna Nautilus. There it is. I was questioning why they banned the Senna if they first picked Nautilus, or if they first rotation to Nautilus, when they could just first rotation to Senna Nautilus. And we're going to see it come through in game number 2. So Karma confirmed to go mid. Senna Naut, I believe, has actually been the best pairing for this All Night, or for the 6 Karma roster. Besides Smolder. Smolder has been the most successful, I guess, by percentage of wins. Actually, no. Didn't even get that. Damn. Let's go check that out. We can read that while the rest of the draft is going through. I should do this on this. I need to refresh you. I just got to do a few stat checking things. Refresh you and you. And then we can start talking about these teams. Should have not done it by this, but it's whatever. It's too late. Wukong, the first ban. Wukong did just get a buff top lane. They have the stacks needed to reach the maximum value, but I can't sort any of these. Are you kidding me? It's annoying. Anyways, Rel going to be the response here. Grell and Gastrix both getting a fair split of the Rel games this season for the All Night, so fair ban. Both of them love getting their hands on the Horse Lady. There we go, that's better. On the Horse Lady. So don't think they're going to go through with it. And it's going to be Rumble and Jax, the final 2 bans. I didn't even talk about the Jax bans. I did not care about the Jax ban. Rumble going to be the final ban there of game 2. And I was going to mention how this could be no, it's not. It's game 2. Couldn't possibly be the end of the series if they wanted it to. Varus by far, my goodness, 1-7 for Ase. That's not good. Or for Ase. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team. Fudge. Looking at the wrong team. I'm also dumb. As that's Rakan locked in. Varus Rakan. I actually like that. Senna not. They've lost all their games. Lamau. They played it a lot, but they've lost all 3 games they've played of Senna. And it's going to be the Viego into the Matas Viego. Hold on. I don't think that's happened a ton. 0-1 on it. Didn't really get to do anything in that game. And the blind top lane. Oh, Corky. Holy piss. Why did I not? I just glanced over that. Oh, I'm dumb. And it's going to be Aatrox blind. What? Okay. Usually you don't blind. I mean, you can blind the Aatrox. It's not uncommon to blind the Aatrox, but usually it's not the case. And this is Camille. First Camille of the season. Okay. 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 Oh, second Camille. Who the hell played Camille? Xiaoni Infinity. When was this? When was this? Game I missed. It was day 7. I had Rainbow Six casting to do, sadly, so it takes prio when I have an actual group to work for, an actual tournament organizer to work for, instead of just my goofy ass self. But Camille going to be the final pick here. The first of the playoffs, second of the season. Now, Camille is more popular in support this season. Actually, no, probably still more popular in top lane. I would say more efficient in support right now than in the top lane. It really is going to come down to how good are these 6-11 worldwide right now. That's not a good sign. Let's put it that way. 6-11, not a good sign of things to come. All of those top lane as well. And it loses into Aatrox. 8 games, 2 wins. Maybe Don read the matchup chart wrong, because I don't know why you would do that to yourself. Interesting strategy. I mean, Camille can work. Yes, they have a comp that would very much love to have a Camille on it. Rakan, Varus, Corky, all would love to just have a free hit this dude over the head target on them. But still, really, really gotta show up here. Gotta show out to just give this Camille something. Hasn't won in the LLA. It's 0-1. 6-7. 6-11. Sorry, I was reading the 17 total, and I'm dumb. 6-10 otherwise, without that one game from Xiaoni to close out the season. A game that pretty much didn't matter by that point, and a series they won anyway, so who cares? And no crazy rune sets here. We're gonna see pretty much the same rune sets. Rel going over to the Conqueror instead of the Lethal Tempo this time. Doesn't have the Braum, so makes a bit more sense to not want it. But you had 3-point anyways. You didn't really need Braum or need Lethal Tempo, but it still worked out quite well, so I don't really think he cares. I don't think I care either. I can see the value that provided. That'd be pretty good, but yeah, no, not gonna happen. No chance. I can go back and check that data. Would be nice to have, but I will actually check. I could just check really quick while we have the slow part of the laning phase, the slow part of the game going down right now. And Hidan actually winning the trades for now. That shield's going to be valuable. Yep. Not what we want to see. Okay. I'll have to come back to that later. And say, nobody kind of even in the push. Both of them have really big early spells to clear waves out. Phosphor Bomb for nobody. Seiya has whatever the Q is for Karma. No one cares. It's Karma. And actually, to my surprise, there's push on the side of 6 Karma with a set. I don't feel like they should have push here, but they do. 5-Kid weaving himself beautifully around that wave. Or out of turret range is Gastrix going to get rooted there by Rebel, and 5-Kid going to make the most of it and chunk him pretty hard. I believe this is farming Nautilus. I did not see the items earlier, but should be farming Non. I don't know why they wouldn't really have it. It's just the better pairing for Karma or for Senna Non in pro play, unless you really have a specific situation you want to be in, or you have a specific situation you're in, and it is, I saw the teleport, that is instantly farming Nautilus. I don't know why I'm setting like this. I just am at this point. Ase getting hit by the big sweep. I don't even know what that one's called. I know three of them. I don't know what that thing is called. I used to know it. I don't anymore, though, as we saw the trade in mid actually go through, but nothing really interesting. Karma has a lot of freaking damage for a Doran's ring, by the way. Karma has a lot of damage, and Ase is getting smacked in the early game, and that is the benefit of facing Aatrox before he has any real stats available. Aatrox kind of just a glorified stat stick with some extra steps. Camille also a stat stick, though, but her stats are really cool, like true damage and Cho'Gath ulti on a Q, as it's not lovingly called. As Grell going to jump onto Seiya here, but he's going to get rooted up. Can the stun land from Mataz? Will, and there will be some extra damage going through onto Grell, but nobody has the first strike procced. It does nothing. And Seiya's just going to take his back here anyways. So who cares? Gastrix rotated all the way up. I don't even know if he was spotted, but he rotated all the way up here, just in case the fight broke out. But now Ase slow, pushing this wave into Hidan. And now Seiya getting jumped on by nobody here. The teleport coming in from Rebel, though. But is it going to give them anything? They know Rebel's teleported here. They know 5-Kid's walked all the way up here. And nothing going to come from this. A big, wasted teleport from Rebel. But they didn't really lose anything in bot lane. They are currently, as you can see where the wave is, it is in a very much wouldn't have mattered position for them regardless. So it's really just a race to 6 right now. Actually, speak of nothing, there's a Mantra Q coming out to follow up the route, but nobody going to be able to use Valkyrie to get away to safety right now. Gastrix spotted out, and Mataz actually going to take the early Void Grubs. As Grell is clearing out his bot side right now, using a lot of the mid pressure and the triple rotation, double teleport, triple rotation to mid, I guess, technically, not double rotation. And I don't know if they know, but they're just gonna go for the Drake. They have early bot prio. I mean, you teleport Rebel mid, 5-Kid sitting mid for a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna lose bot prio to Locks Varus right there, no doubt about it. I'm gonna check one more thing, numbers wise, really quickly, see if I can get something. Oh, this is it. This is the master list, baby. Uh-oh. Grell actually able to look for a dive here. I don't know if he's spotted out on the Krugs at the moment. None of the Krugs have walked out of the bush. Nobody rooted up, but Seiya taking a good chunk of damage in response. But just gonna ward that bush, make sure no dives going on. They know where Mataz is. Mataz recalling on a ward. So no worries at all. Where is the Varus? 2 and 1 for all nights. Okay, cool. Just wanted to check that. Seiya, Mantra just so what? Yep. Sorry, Karma just makes me sad. I haven't even been playing League. I really just played League to finish the pass. It was a torturous like 5-7 games that I had to play. 5 or 7, I don't remember. It was torturous, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go play Splatoon. It was awesome. It was better than League. As, ooh, nice cancel on the hook shot there by Ase, but now none of the sweet spots connecting. Still gonna get this, at least get the auto out. to secure some extra health for himself. Gastrix spotted out. Great ward there. But now there's a third man, but Mataz is getting chased by Grell. And that's going to be first blood over to the jungler. But instead, it's a mid lane trade. Seiya picks up nobody here, but there's so much wave here. Ase is in a terrible position right now. He has no ability to run. Hidan will finish him off with the hook shot auto. And it is a 2-for-1 across the map for All Knights. And that is how you do a dive with a lot of extra steps. My god, was that a lot of extra steps. 5K's just going to use this to get vision, try to get a trick shot. Farm those Eternals, except they don't farm. On this count, obviously. It's a custom game. And nobody goes forwards, but the response here from 6 Karma is gorgeous. 5Kid was rotating up to the top play. Was rotating on for this top lane dive to try and send some backup here, and this just goes terribly. Just everything is going wrong for Ase. Good flash, but Hidan's CDs are back up. No one's tanking turret because Grell was tanking the whole time, so no one else is tanking the turrets, and that is going to be a good chunk of change in the pocket of Hidan here, as Gastrix is going to have to use the grand entrance to grand exit. That would be the opposite of entrance in that sense. Ooh, Seiya dodging away from the first strike procs. That's value there. Gonna get first struck here, but if he actually can land some stuff, that's a good trade in response. Mantra Q. My god. Karma is very balanced, and they buffed her, baby. I freaking hate this champion. She's awful and boring and terrible, and I hate her. I hate her so much. I want old Karma back. I want old Karma to be a champion, man. Gastrix getting into a bit of a dangerous situation, but able to just jump away in time before the hook comes through from Rebel. If not, that could have been a bit of a trickier situation, probably with the flash. Seriously, I think Karma as a champion these days would work out. A modern version of OG Karma. Oh, Mataz on these Void Grips. Got the first 3, but Grell is here to answer. Seiya's going to be here to back up the jungle. But the numbers game on the side of 6 Karma for the time being. Hidan not really able to walk down because... hello. And it's going to end up with Mataz just getting these... getting all 6 Void Grips here. It's going to be no... Oh, no, there's one more. How the hell? Dude just got whippoed. Okay. This is a really long Void Grips take because that one really just wanted to go kill Hidan. And Mataz will now finish off the 6th Void Grub. My goodness. And Ase just getting shoved under turret again. It just has to live with this fact. Just has to live with this. He's playing Aatrox. This is the life he lives. And he is massively behind. Hidan already finishing this Triforce. Hidan leading in gold, obviously, has first blood gold plus a lot of CS on top of it. Seiya following has a kill and a lot of CS on top of it. His Rebel has hooked in, but he might have hooked in a little too deep there. A nice 3-man route to follow it up. The Dawning Shadow. They need to find Gastrix, and Ase will get it on the teleport in. Everyone's surviving for now, but Mataz will finally fall. Grell has a kill. Ase's in the world ender, but he has no way to heal. And now it is getting dangerous. Hidan has landed the hook shot onto Seiya. Seiya needs to try running force to flash away to safety. Does the arrow find him? No, the arrow finds nobody, but it is still a 1 for...
Can you close your window, please?
Where was I? 1 for 1. Right, it was a 1 for 1 in favor of the All Knights still because of the Drake going over to their side. Seiya trying to get aggressive here onto nobody. Doesn't have any well, it has the Mantra Q. It's blocked by Gastrix, who jumps away right afterwards. And now Mataz is here as Grell coming into the play. And now the teleport in from Rebel as well. Flash. Spectrum is finding Grell, and it's going to be a shutdown to Mataz. And now the All Knights in a bit of a negative situation. Still a few hundred gold ahead. Mataz going to be able to use that when it becomes lightning and the Audacious Charge to jump into the enemy jungle. And will at least find the Grom, but should probably not take it. And it's just going to back in the spectral, or in the mist thing, whatever it's called. He starts with a hunk onto Gastrix, which is a bit ambitious. Good flash out from Rebel, but then it's 5-Kid getting locked down here. Forced to flash out once the Hextech ultimatum ends. By this point, Mataz has already fallen. It's actually a 2-for-1. I forgot that Mataz fell. And then great hook there, just a little late. Sadly, to cancel the hook shot, just a little too late. Hadan able to get out, and he's aiming for 5-Kid there. So Locke not even going to try and kill the Offset at the end there. It's fine. And the total damage is a lot from everybody but Gastrix, who pretty much just got killed. He's just there to die. As Ase is in such a bad spot. He got a good teleport. He has no items, though. And not even going to get the cancel there. But Hadan has no escape anymore. But he has so much damage already laid onto Ase. But Mataz is here. He's going to use the Heartbreaker to jump into the fight. Hadan trying to jump out of 5-Kid to get something in return. But it's going to be Mataz picking up his second kill here. Now he is the Camille. And going to jump over the wall and use the sweep to pick up some damage onto Gastrix. But otherwise, nothing really crazy. It's just going to de-transform. And now Grell on a control ward, can't do a thing about it, and now the Rift Herald fully in control of 6 Karma, at least for now. The top river is in control of 6 Karma. All Knights could try and answer it, but it just probably wouldn't be the best idea to do so. Instead, going to disengage, get mid-control with Locke here, and allow nobody to push in this Bont tier 1. Won't finish it off, but we'll get a lot of it. The tier 1 in top lane finish for first turret, though, on the live cam, and Hadan got caught out, thought he had a really good angle there onto Ase, didn't really end up having one because of the response available from his teammates, of course, that's how that works. So, it is actually Ase who ends up winning that trade, and now Sundered Sky finally finished on the Aatrox. Aatrox can start doing things. It's crazy. He start doing things once he has damage and some tankiness. But Sundered Sky also finished on Mataz. I think he's been done with that for a little bit longer than Ase has. But a lot of first items being finished up here. We're pretty much just waiting on 5-Kid, who has 4 assists already. Don't know what the souls are for 5-Kid, though. That's going to kind of matter. It's every 20. Hadan does not get locked down entirely by the Infernal Chains, which is kind of the only thing that could have stopped him. I want barbecue. Man, I want it to be summer already. Mostly because I just want I want it to be like late spring, because I want barbecue. Late spring is the best time to start barbecuing, man. I love barbecues. Where was I going with this? I don't know. I just smelled like smoke or something, and I was like, oh, man, food is cool. Anyways, 6 Karma rotating everybody up to mid. They want this mid control here. They want this mid tower just before the Drake spawns so they can start putting the pressure on to the All Knights. Give them some challenge to their Drake stacking. They will not get the Void Might spawning with it, but they do have Void Mights available as they have locked down Grell. A lot of damage, but he has a lot of healing coming in from that Sundered Sky, and I believe the Smite onto the Rift Herald is, or not, yeah, Smite onto Rift Herald, killing that also gave him healing on his jungle camp, or jungle pet, as 6 Karma have started the dragon, but here comes the double teleports. Nobody teleporting in, has the package available. Here's Hadan here, and he can lock down one member of 6 Karma if he so chooses, unless he gets caught, which would be a bad situation. But speaking of getting caught, it is Rebel forced to flash away. Hadan gets stunned up, and there's the package coming in. That is so much damage already onto 5-Kid and Seiya. There's the Hextech ultimatum, and 6 Karma running for the hills, forcing the flash out of Seiya. On top of it, it is Ase, and he is just waiting for the Umbral dash to come up, but he's not even going to get to use it. Has to flash to safety. And it is a 2-for-0 and soul point for the All Knights. A lot of damage coming along with it. Hadan is scary. This Karma is doing something Xiaoni didn't, which was show up and do stuff. And now such a strong position to be in. They timed, I mean, yes, you could time these packages perfectly every time and still not win these fights, but this is All Knights playing to their win con so hard. Even when Hadan's spotted out, they find one. Gastrix knows to go in onto Rebel, which allows the pressure which draws the pressure and allows Hadan to go forwards, which also sets up a great angle for nobody to jump in onto the back line of 6 Karma, and that is exactly what they needed. Drawing that pressure with the engage. 6 Karma kind of want to go forwards a little bit to try and save Rebel, but Rebel wants to back out, so they want to create a kind of faux front line for them using Seiya and Mataz, but that they knew Hadan was on a flank angle, so that allows Hadan to collapse onto them and allows nobody to jump forwards without any repercussions. And he lands it too. That's most important. He lands that goddamn package and hurts someone. And now, I mean, it's a really tough situation to be in. Karma's gonna have to be your hero. Look at the Karma damage, and just it is the case right now that Karma is your carry. You have no one else doing any damage at all. Senna's not gonna be doing any. Senna's not gonna be doing any damage for a while, but Seiya's getting blown up by nobody, but he's gonna be able to escape for the time being. But here comes Grell. The wind's gonna become lightning in a mere second. The flash onto Seiya secures the 3rd kill for Grell. I believe is like 8th of the set now. And All Knights. Oh my goodness, snipes that. I would be so peeved. I would be so peeved. It's his 8th. It was. I was right. I would be so peeved if I saw my freaking mid laner do that. I clear out a whole wave and my mid laner steals it with a freaking rocket, man. Those rockets are hilarious to look at, by the way. And so much to say as damage, so much to say as health already done. This last rocket pretty much ensures that a wind becomes lightning would kill. And just before the heal doesn't come through from 5 Kid, and the W flash is perfect from Grell. There was just no reaction time available for Seiya to step back and save himself. And now, 2,000 gold ahead. You are just so much further ahead than you've been in any other game. And 6 Karma need to find an answer. There's just nothing that they can do that would really change anything. They have been in a tough spot. They're in a really rough position right now. Oh, that would have connected. That would have at least ensured the pullback. I don't know what you would have did with it. Hadan is fully kitted out to kick you in the teeth. I don't know what would have happened if that follow-up went through, but wouldn't have been good. As 6 Karma is going to try and sneak the Baron. Just anything. Now spotted out. It's not going to work out. Instead, they're going to have to disengage, and that's going to be a bot in tier 2 in the pocket of Hadan. I was just looking at where 6 Karma's players were before. Just because I can. Where the heck did that turret fall? What? Is that mid-tier 1? Mid-tier 1 was... Yeah, okay. Oh. And Locke already going to fall. I wasn't even paying attention, but that's going to be Mataz picking up another one on a killing spree. He needs to heal here, but he won't be able to do anything with it. And it's going to be nobody picking up one. It's going to be... What the heck? Oh, yeah, Varus. That's right. And it's already a 2-for-1. Even when it looks good, it's going terribly for 6 Karma. And they are in just such a tough position to play from. What is the angle for them? They need to find... they just need to find anything here and hope that they can win this game, find a miracle fight, get a comeback going. But Karma is doing damage, but that's just not going to be enough. You need the Aatrox. You need this Viego to find something huge to pick up this kill, or to pick this up, and just not happening. Not even close to happening. But Taz gets a little healing from the auto, and then a little bit of healing from taking the soul. But, yeah, it's not going well. And now the root lands onto Gastrux. Maybe they found an engage angle. Grell is hit with the CC chain, but there's just nothing, and that's going to force a disengage from 6 Karma. Now Rebel is going to have to give his life here to make it a 1-for-1. A nice package comes in, and that's going to be Grell going on a killing spree. They're chasing onto Seiya. He's rooted, and that will be Locke picking up that one. And this is a much better showing from the All Knights with Locke than it was previously. still, 6 Karma find an angle, and they still get outwitted, almost 5,000 gold behind now, and this is a tier 2 that will be their reward for it. Hidan is going to just go in with a Hexagon Ultimatum, and it's just gonna be an easy Q and an auto from Hidan, and that is all of the health of 5 Kid gone. That is the soul for All Knights, and now you're staring down a 2-0 deficit in this series. You're gonna find yourself one loss away from elimination. You are in the worst possible position you could be in. Rebel just wait so long to try and disengage here. And he just has no flash, so he can't get out. He's stuck in a bad spot with no possible answer to escape it. And now 6 Karma in an even worse position somehow, as All Knights are just going to start turning their focuses to prepping the Baron here. And Rebel almost stole it. It would have been really cool if Rebel stole it, but it did not end up happening. Oops. And now the engage is going to land on the only one as 5 Kids being chased down. You're going to be able to use the Dawning Shadow to get away to safety for now, but it's not going to matter. Hidan goes on a killing spree. Grell picks up another as he is rampaging. Hidan picks up a double kill, and it's a Baron for the All Knights. And it is the one surely is the end of game 2 for 6 Karma. 7,000 gold behind. It is just not a possibility to even imagine them winning this game right now. To even find an angle to come back. They have no damage carry. You got a Senna, and you really need this Senna to pop off, and that's just not possible in the current state of the game. I mean, good buffer there, but Gastrix just able to jump over the wall, using Hidan to get further into the enemy, getting further into 6 Karma's fight. Get in 6 Karma's face, I guess. And 3 for nothing. Again, there just hasn't been a response from 6 Karma that really matters. 3 items on the Camille. You cannot fight her. The scary woman from Piltover is scarier. Or Piltover? What? Yeah, Piltover, not Bilgewater. Duh, I'm stupid and bad. Anyways. Oh, Mataz has gone up maybe a little bit too far as Hidan is getting jumped on by Ase there. Will get pulled back by the Infernal Chains, but everyone's collapsing onto Hidan, or onto Ase, and Hidan is unstoppable, and a great engage from Gastrix will find 2, and Grell goes unstoppable. Seiya's stunk in between 4, and it's nobody going on a killing spree, and All Knights asserting their dominance over 6 Karma here. The Airborne onto Mataz. Will he be able to get out? The heal will speed him up. Grell is just going to tank the turret and rotate mid as the All Knights are looking to put this one in the books. Done and dusted. As this will be a tier 3 falling in mid with the inhibitor going with it. Tier 1 and or tier 3 and top is surely not long for this world as a grand entrance will send 5 Kid to his death. 1 rocket from nobody was all it took to kill off the ADC of 6 Karma. And now Ase is trying to get anything they can, but 6 Karma, it's too little, too late. A nice 2-man airborne. It's going to be another one for nobody. Rebel is low. Mataz is low. They have so many low health bars in the fountain. Nobody goes unstoppable. Locke will find his 2nd kill of the game. Oof. And the All Knights, 1 win away from putting this one in the books and closing 6 Karma's spring season. And it is not even competitive. If the first game was slightly close, this game is is not even a competition. It was dominance from like early game to late. I don't want to say the start of the game because 6 Karma had some plays at the start of the game, but from like 7 minutes onwards, this game was in the books already. And All Knights are really just already on the verge of... Did I say All Knights or 6 Karma there? Because I didn't even know where that sentence was going. But All Knights already on the verge of probably one, I would say, the fastest series we've had this playoffs. I mean, that one wasn't even 30. and it surely will be the fastest games we've seen these playoffs, indeed. And they're looking to close it out, send Six Karma to a slightly earlier vacation than they were hoping for. And if you're Six Karma, you're up against the wall. You're looking like it's near impossible to come back right now, because it is so damn difficult to see an angle back into this series. I cannot see a way Six Karma come back into us. It just feels like they're being out coordinated, they're being outplanned, they're being outplayed. And I guess the draft does have something to do with that. I wasn't a huge fan of the Senna Naught, even though, yes, if they're going to draft Naught, probably just draft Senna if you're not going to draft Smolder. I don't see an angle where, or how they've made it work very often, because just this entire, I mean, Camille worked like a charm too. Camille was great, but they just instantly catch out Rebel. Rebel has just been so dead this series. Like, really, Rebel's been dead for most of the series. And Locke just has been free to do whatever. Ase hasn't really had the opportunity to do anything, and when he has, it's been Meanwhile, Grell has just been diffing. Nobody has been diffing. Locke diffing. Hidan was playing Cassante, and he top diffed still. What? Like, that is unbelievable. That Locke, or that Hidan from on Cassante was diffing and continues to diff in this game. And Six Karma just don't have an answer anymore. Doesn't feel like they have an answer. It doesn't feel like they're doing anything. And these plays all just come down to Six Karma gets something. All Knights get everything. Hidan narrowly living there is brutal as well. But it's just been this. It's Six Karma find an angle. They get one. All Knights kill 3. Every single time. It's just been All Knights always trading upwards. I don't think All Knights had a single negative fight that entire game, pretty much. They had always gone, they went even in the early game and then only traded up the entire mid to late. Not even mid to late, even before that. Like, again, from like 7, 8 minutes, they were basically trading upwards the whole game. They just didn't have to respect the turrets were not real. Nothing mattered to them that series, and that game. They were just able to do whatever the hell they wanted, and you could see it in the damage numbers. Everyone got stomped in their damage roll, except for the, who cares? It's Nautilus and mid. That's just because Karma does so much damage in lane. It doesn't really matter. Karma was doing a lot of poke damage, but it never was able to convert into anything because Ase wasn't able to do much. 5Kid wasn't able to do much. Not Hidan. Why can't I get his name right? I should be able to get his name right. Mataz wasn't able to do that much on the Viego, and it just really all was compounding issues for them. I don't think the Aatrox was the right pick here. You probably should have blinded the Cassante like you were planning to at first, but if they were planning to go with the Camille regardless, then it didn't matter in the slightest. Actually, you could have played better into Camille with the Cassante, but just, it was, I didn't hate their first rotation. I just didn't love their second rotation. I think the Aatrox can work. I don't think they had anything to set up the Aatrox. I don't think they had anything to set up the Karma. Karma's broken, yes. 21,000 damage in a losing effort where I think Karma got like 2 kills is stupid. But it's not, Karma's good, but not that good. Karma's not going to be your carry. If Karma's is leading your team in kills, there is an issue because Karma really shouldn't be leading your team in kills. And it just, everything is going wrong right now. Just everything I can think of for Six Karma has gone horribly wrong. Because now, what do they draft? They can't get rid of every ADC. They're already getting rid of 2 ADCs, and at Smolder Ash, did they ban? Yeah, they just got rid of 3 ADCs this draft, and they still lost. Like, they had to give over Varus, because they can't play Varus. A 5-kid is 1-6 on Varus this season. There is no angle where they are winning on Varus in this series. If you ask me, I don't see a single situation where they are winning this game on the Darken Arrow. So that leaves Senna, which they haven't won a game on, which actually was worse. Like, they actually drafted an ADC they're significantly worse at because they wanted Karma first. They are significantly worse at, infinitely worse at Senna, technically, because they haven't won a game compared to winning a game on it. Their best ADC is Smolder, and you see the issues. You could see the problems. Their best ADCs are Kalista, who's going to be permabanned pretty much because Kalista's pretty much, besides Smolder, the best ADC on patch. Smolder, who's permabanned because Smolder's the most broken champ on patch right now. Followed by, it would be Kalista. Is it in that order? Is it Kalista, Smolder, Varus, everyone else they've played, which is depressing to think about. Like, my God. Think about that. You have 3 ADCs you've won games on this season. That is bad. Who the heck is this guy? Anyways, I mean, I believe those are Okay, so it's in order. Okay, actually, we'll do MVP first, which is Grell, and this time he deserves it more than nobody. Nobody didn't really have to do much, and most of nobody's success came on the back of Grell this time, as opposed to Grell and nobody pretty much sharing the credit. Nobody was playing around Grell. Everyone was playing around Grell this game, and Grell made sure that they were rewarded handsomely for playing around him by just carrying. He did a lot of work this game. I mean, obviously, Corky was your damage carry in this game, but I think that it was much nicer to have this strong Xin Zhao that you have faith in. And it's just been that. Really, it has been strong mid jungle, even just strong jungle. And they've been using that to their advantage. They've been turning that into, they've been just taking Grell's strong jungling and turning that into full map control. Used it early to get mid control, then used it to get a dive in top lane, which worked out beautifully, 2 for nothing in the top lane. And eventually just snowballed all of that into a complete crushing, dominating win that there was no chance of coming back from. And that is a big problem. What are they going to do about it? Anyways, ADC wins. Smolder with 2, and then Varus, Ezreal, Kalista, Lucian, Xayah, Ashe, all with 1. They've won 8 games. They have won 8 total games this season. That is terrible. And it's just really hard. What are you going to do? Because you're not going to... It doesn't seem like you're winning bot lane unless you get Smolder, which you could have, but you didn't want it, so I don't know. Get Smolder next game is the moral of the story, but... Or is the core point, but, they're not winning. They haven't won top lane yet. They've gotten smashed top lane. They have kind of went even mid and then lost mid. Their jungler hasn't won. It's just so damn hard to come up with what this team needs to do to win. So I'm going to leave it to the coaches and quit losing my mind trying to theorize anything, as 6 Karma will now play at most 3 games in a row to save their season. If not, they will be taking a few months vacation as they wait for Summer Splint to kick off. So, Game 3, All Knights win. They face Leviathan not tomorrow. Actually, they face Leviathan tomorrow. If 6 Karma win, we go to a Game 4, and we'll see how they go from there. So, see ya after the break. Alright, welcome back. I need to stop saying alright when I do anything, but possibly last game of the day, 2-0 lead for the All Knights here. Winner, of course, faces Leviathan tomorrow, who have a shot to face Isurus next week, and that is a bit of the order of magnitude of these games. 6 Karma or 6 Karma or All Knights. Leviathan, Isurus, Rainbow 7, or Estelle. It gets really tight. And then the other one, like, it is a very dangerous situation that you find yourself in, having to run the gauntlet here because you have all the worst prospects. You have to face everyone. You're gonna have to face the top 4 seeds regardless of the order they get eliminated in. And the All Knights going to ban away the Smolder, and it's going to be 5-kid onto the Varus here. And as I said, 1-6 on the Varus. It is dire. The news, I mean, they're not going to get smoldered. They just have to pick an ADC they know they can win on, and that is really difficult. And Grell, 3 games, 3 Xinjiaos. This guy has been wrecking shop this series. Already 2-0. I mean, 12, 5, 21 already. It's going to be Rel and Nico. That is a nice pairing if they do end up taking this mid jungle, but if they want to put it in the bot lane as well, that is perfectly fine, and get a different jungle that has really strong ganking potential or power. Just really good synergy with the Nico here. That always can change. Nico is good, but not as good as we saw her when she first kicked off this season, when she was objectively just unbeatable in mid. Orianna also taken here, and Kaisa going to be the answer. So confidence coming out from the All Knights here. Locke, I mean, again, just every game he picks a new champion. This is his first time champion already. I believe I looked this up. Yeah, has not played at the highest tier until like 3 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago now. It was their series against like All Knights or something. Against, not the All Knights, obviously. His Locke had a brutal first series. Let's put it that way. He was up against Isurus, so not the worst. 0-2, but now 2-2 on the career. And because this is his 4th unique champion, he played both games on Kalista last time. Nautilus and Nocturne banned away. Very boring bans, but very good bans here still. And Wukong banned away. They know Ase is a bit, actually, they know Mataz is a bit of a Wukong connoisseur. So, get rid of that. Can't, damn it, I was gonna say something, I was like, I can't say that. Can't say that, at all. No. Where's Wukong on this list? There it is. 0-3, but Mataz is really liked playing Wukong, as it's going to be Rakan the final ban here, taking away Gastrix, basically 3 best champions right now. And it's going to just be the Renekton blind. They want to save support for last. They want to know what they're facing in this bot lane. They want to know if it's a Rel or if they're going to bust out something else, like Wei maybe, but they don't really need more AP, so probably not Wei. Interesting that they've given over, well, I guess, yeah, with the shortest range ADC in the game, it makes sense that you would want to ensure a good support pairing, as that's going to be... Okay, this still doesn't answer anything, so it's really going to come down to the final pick here. Because Greg can go jungle, he can go top. I don't know where they're going to put it. And this is going to be Greg top, probably, as Vi with Nico picked actually did make it through. I'm very impressed. So it will be Vi jungle and Greg top. And there's a way to phrase this that would have worked. And Varus Rel bot lane is going to be the Alistar. I don't believe the Alistar has been winning much. Sadly. I just don't think it has. Oof. The cow didn't even get picked yet. Really? Oh, I have hiccups. This is the worst day ever. The cow did not get picked yet in... I know it got picked in the regular season. There it is. It is 3-4. I guess it wasn't picked in the playoffs? How? Don't know. It's not a bad champion at all. I think it's a really good champion. This is also first Ori game of the playoffs. Ori, one of the champs, who's pretty much just only been banned. Callista Ash, permaban champions. Because no. It's best that you don't. It is. But I do like the 6 Karma draft probably the most out of all their drafts today. And it's really going to come down to what can they do with this Vi Nico? I mean, Ori Zin is pretty good too. I think Ori Zin requires a little bit more of a lead, I would say. Not a lead in terms of gold, but you need the abilities. You just need the XP for it. Nico, from level 2 onwards, works with Vi. As long as you can hit Tangle Barbs or Pop Blossom, you will have Vi follow-up, and it is really damn good. So they're going to need to use that early advantage they have, or he will be kind of outranging you, outpoking you for some of it, depending on how well, of course, how well Seiya and Nobody can dance around each other's abilities, but we are still going to probably be seeing Orianna grab the early control of lane, given no crazy, insane combo comes out from Seiya and Mataz, or Seiya just finds the ultimate chunking combo onto Nobody's Orianna. It's really situational still to see if this will come to fruition. It's again 6 Karma's best chance at winning. This feels like their most well thought out composition today. As Rebel is positioned behind Grell, unspotted here, and now if he can land this, it could be huge, but it would be really dangerous. But Rebel going to get the re-engage and instantly getting the mount up, getting the flash of Grell immediately, and that is huge. That is a lot of value already taken off. That is an early summoner threat that they don't need to worry about anymore. So great positioning here, or a good position to put themselves in to kick off the do or die section of this series. As we're going to see Hail Blades come out for both. So Lethality going to be the name of the game, or I guess Hybrid for Kai'Sa. For Kai'Sa, it's just Eclipse. It's Eclipse into Rage Blade into... Oh, Seiya starting Tangle Barbs, actually. Interesting. Well, yeah, given the first play they wanted to try and go for. Yeah, makes sense. Never mind. Fixing a hoodie back here. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, fixing how my jacket's put behind me. Particular about various things, because I'm weird. Now, Ase going to try and get aggressive onto Hidan here. And it could work. Who knows? I don't know how this is going to go, but Hidan is level 2, and that's the slice and the dice going through, so that's a lot of early damage going out, and Ase is just going to have to chug some soda. It's legally soda, okay? Or wine, actually, I guess, technically. It's canonically wine, as Nobody gets hit pretty hard there by Seiya. Nobody gonna be able to chunk just back in kind. Damn. Ase's in a weird spot here with Hidan. Just getting aggressive with him early, but that's a nice example of how the re-engage or the counter-engage can go. I guess not even counter-engage. Hidan didn't even get a chance to really engage as Nobody has jumped or has gotten locked down by Seiya, but Mataz's flash Q is just a bit too late. And, oh, and cannon drop. So Nobody going to get the flash out of the mid jungle here. And so it is a sums advantage if you want to try and get a gank here onto 6 Karma's mid laner. That's not a good start for 6 Karma. It was so good, and then it just did not work out. It started so well, and now it's a bit, it's been soured a little bit because of that. Oh, why did sour bring back memories of very bad tasting things? Not because sour is a bad flavor. Because, oh my god, some of the things that I would attribute with sour are freaking rancid. Anyways, what? Teleports out of both mid laners. Here is... We see All Knight's getting pushed in bot lane, but they're just going to use it to get an early recall onto Locke. And 6 Karma should be setting this up to slow push back so they can get their recall. as Grell is spotted out on the top side and will just grab this, or not Void Scuttle, Scuttle grab, regular Scuttle. There's no Void yet. And Saya lands the Tangle Barbs, can't afford to land the Blooming Burst. They know something's up. The top lane Gastrix is here. I don't know if they do know Gastrix is here, as they're just gonna bring Matas to collapse onto him, and he's gonna use the Q or the W to get out to safety. Will land the full combo. That's just not gonna matter. Nobody getting hit by 2 charges of the Blooming Burst. That's not good. And it is really gonna come down to what is the answer here for Six Karma. Can they punish some of the more aggressive plays from the All Knights? Obviously, bot lane, not really. It's Kaisa, who has Cleanse and Flash available, and not gonna happen. Plus, you already didn't have the push advantage, so it wasn't gonna happen anyways. But now, rotating jungle support down here, but spotted out, they do have the Scuttle Crab already, which we saw taken by Natasha just earlier, but it's going to still be early dragon started by the All Knights. They have push in bot lane. They don't have push in mid, and they can send Rebel up here. There's no ultis available, obviously. Too early for that. Seiya will just send the clone. Mataz is on vision. The teleport coming down from Hidan there. That was to cover in case of anything going awry, and with nothing happening at all. Just going to take his recall. Probably needs it back anyways. Was going to teleport regardless. Might as well get something, and that is Merc Treads early, which is super important. It's not as damaging as Tabbies can be. I think Tabbies can be way more damaging, as I'll say we'll get a plate in response, and we'll back and teleport in kind. But Tabbies blocking 12% of auto attacks. I said 18 once with friends, and they were like, yeah, if it was 18, it'd be even more broken somehow. As Gatrix is already low, does he have the survivability? There's the E going down. The Q will find first blood for 5 Kid, and now Six Karma finally have an early lead. They finally get their first blood after probably should have had it in game 1. But 5 Kid putting All Knights in a net negative gold position early. Oh, missed that minion. And as much as Six Karma would love to take it back here, they need to clear out this wave. They aren't really under any damage threat. It is Laku only as a Curtius, so that's going to increase damage by a little every once in a while because of movement, but should be able to tank this safely without going any stupid plays. As the wave hit, oh my god, 21 CS diff. That's a lot of waves. Ase is just playing in front of Hidan right now. Hidan was positioned specifically that, or Ase wanted to position that way just because it meant Hidan had to disengage. Because Hidan has to worry about the body slam coming through, which is not what a body slam is. I'm going to remind you that is not what a body slam is. For those who don't know, or the wrestling body slam, I guess. The body slam, I know it isn't. As Rebel is recalling, Gastrix actually checking it, forcing the flash though is really big there, but the response, I mean, 5 Kid flashing isn't the worst. Do what you do. Interpreting a combo coming through is fine. And then Gastrix just has nowhere to go. He's not dodging that. There's no angle where Gastrix dodges that. Pays the price for it. So, Six Karma, finally, 1,000 gold ahead. What the heck? Oh yeah, bot lane farm. Finally, Six Karma get a 1k gold lead. For the longest time, their only gold lead was the 700-ish they got in mid, or in game 1. As Ase just ignoring Hidan, doesn't have the mana to really fight, doesn't really need to fight at this point of the game. Hidan is not going to outscale him. The jukes, and now 5 Kid able to rotate over to try to help Rebel get control of this control, or delete this control where now Mataz is here. Cease and desist available. If they can land a really sick, nasty combo, they can come up with a really great play here. No flash on Gastrix probably would be the core target, but now Grell coming down, the stun landing onto Gastrix from the Shattering Strike, but that's not even going to matter. It's just time to disengage for 6 Karma. They got something. They tried to go for a play. Didn't happen. Grell is here to respond. Grell trying to inch into the bush. Eventually we'll get it. If it were me, I would have stung it, but also I play against really low-tier players compared to someone who is playing at the highest tier of Latin American League. I think he would know better than I do. By a bit. And now 6 Karma actually looking for a dive angle. Pun that I can't think of. The wave in a really good spot here. Rebel is going to be spotted out. It's just going to be recalls. Actually, now Mataz spotted out. They definitely can't go for this play. It is recalls for 6 Karma's bot lane coming through eventually, but it's mostly just Rebel to buy a control word before. It's just Rebel buying a control word before the Drake spawns in 40-some seconds. There we go. Sorry, that was just... Finally saw a Discord notification come through. Say is not going to be able to kill off that word, sadly. And 5Kid now going to take his back just before. Has had the tier for a little bit. Say continuing to just not throw out any spells because it means Hadan has to disengage. If Hadan gets juggled, it would be devastating for him. He would definitely have to flash out of there, and that would just be a very bad play. Neither top laner, oops, hit the mic. Neither top laner are going to be able to get involved in this fight. No teleports available, and neither have rotated down yet. All Knight's grabbing control of mid, but here comes Ase, or here comes Hadan, actually. Already rotated down as they found Grell, locked him down. Pop Blossom is huge, and that's one already for 6 Karma. They need to make sure it's not for nothing, and All Knight's already finding 2. Rebel is trying to run away, forced to flash out. Ase is watching for anybody. He's watching for nobody specifically right now, but he's not even going to be able to get it. Now Hadan is the apple of his eye. But 6 Karma lose the fight still, and it's just more of the same. They find the engage angle. They lose the follow-up, and they had such a good position there. It's because of that. You see that stack coming in already. Has the stack on the lock. You see Gastrix throwing down the CC, so Seiya has stacks on, or not Seiya, Locke has stacks on to Seiya, able to fly in from downtown. Hadan is here to help his team. Ase just did not rotate, had to answer the wave, and 6 Karma have blown their lead. Now 400 from what was previously 1,000. And now Hadan will outscale, so that's a minor problem for, oh my god, Ase, that did a lot of damage. Seiya just trying to land a lot of damage onto Grell there. Will get it. Rebel is all alone, though, in this bot river. Not a good position to be in at the moment. And it will be a free... It should be a second Drake, no doubt, right? There's no way All Knight's below the second Drake. They're on visual. That doesn't even matter. Being on vision shouldn't change this play. They have such a strong advantage here. I mean, Rebel's going to get first contact into the river, yes, but they don't know where nobody is. Nobody has the Shockwave available. The Pop Blossom is available, but what's the response? Forcing the cleanse out of lock, actually. Maybe they have an angle here, because now the teleport coming in from Ase. Ase did not decide to come down for the previous play. 5Kid's already forced to disengage, though. Now Hadan is here as well, teleporting in. Mataz goes in, but Grell's able to flash to safety. They're going to find nobody instead, but Hadan has already taken down Ase. They need to find one. Gastrix is in the backline, causing a mess. Nobody is taking out Rebel. And Mataz will use the season desist, but he won't even get locked, and it's going to be a double kill for nobody. And 6 Karma's Hail Mary play on that dragon has not succeeded again. 3 for nothing in favor of the All Knights, and they are just continuing to silence 6 Karma's attempts at victory. It starts well, matching teleports, but this is kind of where things go to die. This great Shockwave won, but that barrel, that explosive cask is where the fight falls apart. Grell is able to escape. He's knocked out of Pop Blossom range, is able to flash over the wall. And because of that, there's no kills for 6 Karma, and they don't have any lockdown. They would have locked down somebody else there had Grell not been sent over the wall to safety. They also would have probably had someone who got a stat, who procced coup de grace, got some money out of it. Would have been nice, you know. But in the end, 3 for nothing, and now 1,000 gold behind is the reward. 2 drakes down, and it's really reaching the time of put up or shut up, but even harder. This game was already put up or shut up for you, and now you've put yourself in a bigger situation that you need to answer to, as Ase is just going to continue trying to get something out of Hidan, and he can. It's just, it's not going to matter anymore. Hidan is very accelerated compared to you. You don't even have a full item. Hidan is Black Cleaver, so he doesn't really care about the... Oh, that was an accident. Doesn't care about the Bramble Vest besides the anti-heal. Because he pretty much bypasses most of it already. Because he has built into his kit, Armor Shred, nice. Jump, and now Hidan is going to chase down Ase. Has that level advantage as well. There's just nothing that 6 Karma can do here. Hidan's going down to eat the fruit. Fruit. What is the potential comeback for 6 Karma even going to look like? They have not seemed like they were on the same page. They didn't even seem like they were on the same page of that fight at all. As there's some lockdown from Seiya, but Grell is going to be able to jump right to him. Pop Blossom forced out. The stun will connect. The Tangle Barbs don't connect, though. But they still have an angle. Ase's here to help. Nobody able to flash away to safety, but there's the cease and desist going down. They need to kill someone now, and finally they will get someone. Nobody going to get shut down by Mataz. Mataz needs to run to safety. They gave over that money. That could be huge. Grell going to be able to heal him from the coup de grace, but it will be 5-Kid taking him out 2 for 1. Gastrix, will he be able to survive? He tries to go for an insect combo, but it won't happen, and Seiya will pick up another one. 3 for 1. Finally, the All Knights will not be able to trade themselves into a positive fight, but it will come at the cost of a turret. 4, 6 Karma, but they should be able, I guess, is the correct sentence. They should be able to trade this back. And they will at least get something in response, but finally, big play results in actual big play, and there it is. There's the green wave. The tide, I guess, is their actual one. It's complicated. Or not complicated, I'm just dumb and can't remember. And this all starts with Seiya getting getting some lockdown onto Grell, and Grell getting way over ambitious, and Locke has solo killed. 5-Kid, what? Huh? All that work was for nothing, apparently. Ooh, Static Shiv Rush. Oh, Shockwave gonna lock down Ase. Ase stuck under the turret here. There's no wave, but I think All Knights might have the bodies. Nobody has a lot of damage, but he's gonna... Or Ase has a lot of damage there, but it's going to be very hard to run to safety. Forcing the flash out of Ase now. Ase is going to get out. Ase actually escaping there with his life and almost picking up one in the process is pretty big. But that is a tier 1 in bot lane handed over to Hidan, and a tier 1 in mid. That's where Locke went. I mean, Rift Herald's cool. Rift Herald's cool and all. Seiya will be able to pick up this top tier 1 as well. What happens here? So 5-Kid is not fighting, and then he just overextends. Oh, the lockdown tries to go out to long, but it's not going to connect. And now Gastrix doing damage here. Mataz trying to go forwards to find the ADC of All Knights, who's been having a phenomenal series, but it's not going to matter. Nobody's picking up one. It's going to be Hidan picking up the other. And All Knights continue to dominate. Mataz trying to just recall safely. Seiya will land the Pop Blossom. It will not matter. There is the Shockwave picking up that kill, and nobody is picking up another one. And Mataz will get executed at least. But it is a lot of time wasted as well. And it is 3 for nothing once again for the All Knights. It was really just 6 Karma finding one play. And now they are in dire straits. Dire talks. There we go. They can't find anything here. Ase has a tank item. Ase has that one, Radiance or whatever. I don't even know. I don't build this item anymore. Like, Ase's just finished his first item. Hidan's on 2. Yes, he built 800 gold of a different item, but still, that shouldn't be enough. Hollowed Radiance. There we go. Nailed it. Hollowed Radiance. As Rage Blade's finish, it was a stat. Okay, so they're not going to go for that. So they try to lock down Locke here and just able to cleanse and E away to save. I don't even know if the cleanse was needed, actually. He was safe. And then trying to jump, but just 6 karma have nothing. Does Rebel die here? Oh, Rebel does die here. 4 for 1. Even worse. Technically a 3 for 1. Mataz didn't give his life over to anyone, but there's a massive Pop Blossom. It's gonna find 2. There will be nobody finding his shallow grave being dug. Gastrix will be able to run away. It's a shutdown on to Seiya, but is it going to be even close to enough to come back in this game? Still 3,000 on the deficit here. 3,000 in favor of the All Knights. They have Soul Point in hand. It's going to be a little bit before they get the actual soul. The Herald comes down on the top. Tier 2, they will get some of it. I don't think they can finish this turret off in time. Actually, no, they have another wave coming, and they can finish this off. But they're still just about on the same pace. Ooh, nice combo. But they're going to send in... This is nobody coming up. They're going to try and catch him out, but it won't happen. They're just going to TP nobody up to top lane, and he's going to catch this top wave. That's about it. Mataz, Seiya able to escape pretty easily, but they get one. Nice explosive cast there. Right onto nobody. Perfectly timed, perfectly positioned. That is picture perfect. And it's something, but it's not a lot. Still 3,500 behind, as they might find nobody here. This could be absolutely massive to find him a second time, and it's going to be Mataz picking up the kill that time. And now... I mean, 6 karma have full control of this top lane. There's nothing that All Knights can do about it. Gastrix is found. Locke is here, though, and that is the most dangerous part. Mataz forced to flash over the wall, and there's Locke following with the killer instinct, but he's locked down, and it's going to be Rebel picking up the shutdown onto the Kaisa, and that's Locke's first big misstep of this series. Hasn't had many of those, actually. Shockingly, for someone who didn't have a great, I mean, had an okay but not incredible showing, as 5kid has landed the chains onto Grell. Grell is being chased, though, but he has the numbers on his side. He has Hadan right here to back him up. He has Gastrix behind him. 6 karma cannot afford to go forwards onto Grell without risking a lot of trade value. And again, they do it again. They've caught out nobody. It's just brutal. And then the flash from nobody is tough. That's exactly what happened to Rebel last game, by the way, and it was tough. And then Gastrix, they think that Seiya's looping around. That is such a good position there from 6 karma. Locke thought that with Seiya walking off vision, yeah, you can see it with the face right there, did not expect the Nico to be right onto him, thought that he was wrapping around to try and catch out Gastrix, continue the collapse, but doesn't need to. And despite all this, it's All Knights who start up the Baron here. I mean, 6 karma tried to start the Baron. They kind of knew it was mostly not going to happen. But now, All Knights they have such a strong defense set up already. The Baron's already so low. They need to get in there. Ase going to land the cask, but it's not even going to matter. And the fight has kicked off. It's going to be a 2-man Pop Blossom. The Shockwave in response is 2-man as well, but it's already 1 down. Lock, the core carries down. But 4 members of 6 karma locked in the pit. It's not going to matter. It's the 4-4-2. 5kid is running for his life. And All Knights get the Baron. They find 4 kills. It is 5kid all alone by himself, and he is possibly not long for this rift, but with the recalls already coming through, Hadan should not be chasing him down here. Actually has spotted him out, but doesn't have any of the follow-up, doesn't want to burn flash for this. 6 karma, it was just so late to go in. They had no entry points. They probably shouldn't have really tried to fight it. It looked like they found something, but they just trapped themselves in the back of... I mean, you trap yourself in a tight choke point with a shockwave available. You are asking to die. I love the angle they find. Seiya finds a great one. They need to get nobody in that. They needed to get nobody in that Pop Blossom, and it would have killed everyone. But because they didn't, they have so many people ready to fire right back onto 6 Karma. They have the CC, they have the damage, they have the lockdown to pick any target they want. Wasn't going to happen, and now it is Drake Soul over, it is Chemtech Soul over to All Knights, and they've just been uncontested these past 2 games pretty much. And 6 Karma have put up some fight, but really since game 1 it has not looked even close to competitive, and that is kind of the core issue here, is that it hasn't been competitive. Oh, Hadan, they were all trying to collapse onto him, but they don't even do anything. And now onto the inhib turrets. They have 2 waves already pushed in here. They're looking to get mid. Hadan's rotating over, looking to put some pressure onto 6 Karma here. And now just heading back to bot lane. Doesn't need to contest. Doesn't need to commit to the mid push because the rest of his team already has that. He needs to keep the pressure here so they can send mid push and possibly even rotate this up to top lane. But now all of All Knights going to rotate this down to mid lane. Grell going to get stunned up, but it instantly breaks free. Jesus Christ, there's so much tenacity in this game. As they're just jumping onto Ase, they want him to back up. They want these minions hitting this turret right now. And Grell is just getting locked down, but he's barely taking any damage. He's just healed back to full. But now the damage is starting to mount up. Grell needs an out. The stun going to connect. He's going to commit. Steric's Gauge popped already. He has the Crescent Guard down, and he will be able to just walk through the turret. Was just waiting for his team to push forwards. Dude, now tier 3 down in bot lane, and they're looking for the inhib. Baron buff, disengage, but that's a nice combo there from Gastrix and nobody. And Gastrix is going to pick up a kill here. And now Hadan jumping onto Seiya. The ulti doesn't even matter. He's going to kill him through it with the Fury. And nobody gonna pick up 1, and it's gonna be 2 for Hadan, and it is going to be 3 straight wins for 6 Karma. They will go 7-0 against the All Knights in the spring season, and now it is all over. 6 Karma may have had an incredible week 7. They are going for the double ace here. Mataz will try to do anything, but it will be all for naught. 6 Karma may have had a phenomenal week 7 showing against 2 of the best teams in the region, but they do not even have a decent showing against the All Knights, and their spring season has come to a close as the All Knights will advance to face Leviathan tomorrow in the lower bracket quarterfinals. And that one's gonna feel good. You had a rough week to close your season. You went 0-7. You take 2 weeks off, and now you're 3-0 in a team that outperformed you thoroughly to close their season. And now you got a match with the team who took your spot. The team that took your spot in the upper bracket and spent it to get smacked by Estadal. You would have got smacked by Estadal too. Let's be real for 2 seconds as they take their bow. And they're looking for a little bit of revenge tomorrow night. Leviathan All Knights were battling all season for that 4 and 5 seeding. And eventually it was Leviathan that got it in the end, got that little push further in the bracket. And we'll see them throw down tomorrow. But for 6 Karma, that is it. You have joined Infinity in the not playing anymore party. And Leviathan or All Knights could be there, will be there tomorrow. One of them will. There's no doubt. Because that's how playoffs work. That's how eliminations work. But 6 Karma, you put up a great fight to even get to this point. To even have anything to show at the end of the season. I mean, yes, you only won 2 series. Or you won 3 series all season. Yes. But you weren't even supposed to get this far, really. No one expected you to even show up to really do anything. You have 2, I guess I could call them Korean rejects. Not rejects from League of Legends, but rejected from the Korean region, obviously had to go. And how it is sometimes. You gotta change regions. Look at Summit. I'm not sorry about that, Summit. I don't dislike you, but I don't like you. But again, improvements definitely need to be made, but not a season to forget. Definitely not a season to forget. You had some close series against some decent teams. I say decent because, yeah, And then you beat Estral in week 7. You had a really good week 7. Beat Estral, almost beat Isurus. Not a bad showing, but the momentum seems to have really worn off, and you were just not strong enough to get the job done in the end. A 2-week break was a week too long. So it's a tough situation to be in, going from maybe actually having some hope for this to swept out of the playoffs immediately. Not a great time. Always sucks to see teams have potential and it just doesn't get recognized, maybe because the situation wasn't right or they got solved by a team or something in the meta. I don't know. I don't think Azir was a huge revolving point for Rebel this, or not for Rebel, for Seiya this season. Actually, it was. I lied. Azir was one of his best champions, and with Azir being disabled, that is actually a massive crutch that you have to play on. I completely forgot about Seiya's Azir being one of his better picks, and that definitely did kneecap the team a little bit, but still, Six Karma weren't really expected to be. I mean, Infinity were expected to be better than them, and Infinity looked terrible. I don't even know what happened to them, but they just look awful right now. And so much work needs to be, my God, so much work needs to be done on that team. Six Karma definitely need to do some work as well. All Knights, CB LOL super team, don't think you're out of the woods just yet. Leviathan are definitely hungry. This is their first time winning games in a in an LLA season, and they are looking to get the job done in the playoffs as well. Maybe push their luck a little bit, maybe go a little bit further than most people were expecting them to. Hopefully, I do like this Leviathan team, so I'm heavily biased, but gonna be a lot of work done in the off season for many of these teams. I think All Knights need some retooling as well. I think there could be some changes. Definitely keep nobody in Grell. Do that, though. That is a really good idea. I mean, Infinity need to retooling. Six Karma need retooling. Leviathan might. We'll see. We'll see if some teams make some big moves this offseason, but that's for 4 weeks from now. Me to worry about it, not now. For now, it is Leviathan. I mean, we have our final 5. Estral, Movistar, Rainbow Seven, Isurus, Leviathan, and All Knights. To the surprise of nobody, LLA usually does have a very top-heavy seeding issue where it's just like 4 is better than 5 by a lot, 3 is better than 4 by a lot, 2 is better than 3 by a lot, and 1 and 2 are usually interchangeable. But 3-0, we haven't seen a single win from a team who would go on to lose a series. Leviathan and All Knights are a bit closer, though. They had a very close season series. I believe it was 4-1. In the end, no, 3-2. Yeah, it was 3-2. Sorry, 3-2. So they had a much closer season series. Let's hope they can keep it up and even match that to go to Game 5, because going to Game 5 is fun. But tomorrow will be tomorrow, and for now, sweeping their way to survive another day is the All Night. Six Karma will be going home for the foreseeable future until summer. And I've been your host, Box Kimchi. This has been the Kimchi Cast. That was a very terrible outro. I will see you tomorrow for another Best of 5, and as always, have a good night.